Hello, everybody. It is Matt, and it is Scary Saturday, and I am back at you with yet another review. Before I roll on to any of that, I want to wish each and every one of you a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff, because life really is too short as is. Do me a really huge favor and like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing your beautiful faces when you are here. I know I'm here an awful lot, but I have an awful lot on my plate to review. And one last little tidbit of information. Check out the description box. I give you a bigger bite of every single movie of every single day. Now today is a special one. It's a trilogy that I am covering. I gave you your starring cast on all three, your director for all three, which is Jon Devlin, just to let you know. I give you the years they came out, starring casts, brief synopsises for all three, links for trailers for all three, and then finally, last but not least, if you decide you can help support Matt's Movie Mania and toss me a couple of bucks, I give you a link for that. Now that I got all that said, mind and all that out of the way, let's roll on to the films of the day. And today's films are very interesting. Like I said, they're all three directed by Jon Devlin. He is the main star in all three of them. He plays Victor/Victoria. It's also got Steve Johnson and a slew of other people that are in here as well. But anyways, what is this movie about? Well, it starts out with the first one. I'm going to lower this just a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. I like that framing more. But anyways, it starts out with a couple played by Jon Devlin and I can't remember the girl's name that's playing his girlfriend. They're watching a scary movie and she wants to fool around. She reaches down into his pants and he's like, "Oh, sorry, baby, it's just not working. I know it's not you, it's me. I'm having problems right now maintaining a erection." So he goes, or he talks to his buddy the next day. His buddy decides to give him some gas station boner pills, which don't do anything. And then he also proceeds to tell him to go visit the witch down the street, which in reality, that's what he goes and does. He goes and visits her. She gives him a magic potion, and as she's telling him about the potion, he is like chugging it like it's a beer. It's kind of funny, but she, as he's finishing the last drop, she's like, "Oh, and it's so strong you only need one drop." And she talks about how this stuff is made by an incubus, which is a what is that, a demon of sex, which is a male demon of sorts, if I remember correctly. But it causes him to get the most massive boner that he has ever had. Him and the girlfriend sneak off to go do some romper time, and she has ended up dying from his erection, because it becomes a monster. And so he ends up fighting it, and it's bonkers. It's one of those movies like, what the hell is going on? Now that one, if I remember correctly, ends there, because that one was short. That one was only 7 minutes. The next one was, I believe, 12 or 13 minutes, and that's Erecting A Monster 2, The Bride of the Monster. It picks up where number 1 left off. It's the friend, played by Steve Johnson, comes rolling in and is checking on his buddy because it's beer 30. and he walks in and he finds John or Victor naked and bloody, all and laying on the floor, passed out. He's like, what the hell is going on here? Proceeds to go over and wake him up, and he finds out that he has chopped his penis off, and it shows like a bloody stump there. So it's got some fun effects going on with that. They decide that the only way to get rid of this, they go down to the witch, and they have a talk with her, and the only way to get rid of it is to chop its head off and bury it. And so what they do is they hire a mohel. Yes, a mohel, which made me giggle even further. This movie, all three of these made me laugh a lot. But the mohel comes in, and he is very, very obvious. He's obviously not a mohel, because his hat has the curly locks that the Hasidic Jews have, and it's very it's quite comical. So they hire this mohel to help them abolish this or demolish, whatever you want to say, get rid of this vermin known as the bride of the monster, or the penis monster. They end up finding it, chopping its head off, and burying it. Not until after the mohel gets his penis bit off, and he is basically coming in to save the day at like last minute. And as far as I remember, that's where that one ends. And then you pick up on Erecting a Monster 3, the Erection. Yes, Erection. Yeah, I really love that title. But it picks up where number 2 left off. They've at the end of the second one, they've buried the penis in the backyard, and they placed a marker there that just said my dick, and I laughed until I cried when I saw that. I thought that was hilarious. But they pick up, and Victor is now called Victoria. He has almost all the women parts. He just doesn't have a functioning vagina yet. So that is one of the next things that he wants to work on. Now, Steve Johnson is also in this one again. And he has taken over the mohel role because he is part Jewish through, I think they said through marriage or something along those lines. But it was another funny ha line. But this time the monster, penis monster, is growing in size. Every time it rapes somebody and kills them, it sheds its skin like a snake, and it becomes even larger and more ferocious. Now they find out that the only way to get rid of it is they have to return it to where it came from originally. They do not figure that out until the very end. This one was like 17 or 18 minutes, if I remember correctly. But it basically involves them shoving this massive penis back inside of Jon Devlin's character, Victoria, as and it makes everything go away. And as it's happening, Steve Johnson gets his wish to bang his friend Victoria because he keeps trying to check her out and feel her boobs and see the meat flaps and all that jazz. It's quite funny. All three of these are just absolute bangers when it comes to comedy. I'm really excited for Jon Devlin's future work. He's going to be doing a anthology with a whole bunch of directors. It's called Fallacies, if memory serves me correctly. I can't remember every single director that's listed. I think Slade Wilson, Damiziano, Cristofaro. There's so many of them. I believe Jack Mulvanarity is on there as well, which I'm a huge fan of Jack, so I'm really looking forward to that. But back to these three. Now they all, I'm not going to judge them individually on the three things I like, because they all meet the criteria very well. First thing is the audio. The audio is very fine. It's crisp, cool, and clean, as I like to say. There's never a moment where I never was unable to hear or understand a character. Everything came out fine. There was no outside interference on the microphones, no static, no backfeed, no pesky neighbors mowing the lawn, ruining your scene. None of that going on. It's very, very good. It's, for being something that's so silly, it's done really well. So I'm going to give it an A on all three films for the audio. Now for the dialogue is fun throughout all three of them. It's very, very silly in ways that I'm glad it went. I needed something a little ridiculous and out there for my day to review, because I thought it was just so much fun. Dialogue wise, because all three of them, they say things that are just so clever. It's modern language, except it's non-PC. It's quite contagious, the lines in this. It's very fun. So I'm going to give all three of them an A as well. Editing is very good in all three. I feel like for short films, they run at the nice, good, steady momentum. There's a good forward pace throughout all three of them. I feel like if you watch all three back to back to back, you will not lose any momentum whatsoever. Even with some of the backstory review, I feel like it's still it keeps a good pace. So I'm just basically kind of reviewing it as one movie in whole. So I'm going to give it an A there as well. Now, as far as a final score of 1 through 5, I think they're all around that 3.5 area. They're above average. They're not going to be blowing your mind kind of movies, but they are so much fun that you forget that you're watching a silly movie about a giant killer cock. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. I love it. It's kind of reminiscent of the cockface killer movies, which are absolutely hilarious as well. Alright guys, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope all of you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I'll be back at you on, I believe, Monday, if schedule works correctly. I'm going to try to get 4 reviews out for you next week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Now, that's all I got to say. I love your faces. Peace.